Hello guys, I'm Tony. Welcome back to my channel. And first of all, let me thank all my subscribers and viewers. Yes, you have been a great inspiration for me to upload my second and third videos, which is upcoming. And today is day 2 for me in Goa. So I, my wife, my friends, we are going to explore capital of Goa, that is Panaji. And first place that we need to visit is Our Lady of Immaculate Conception Church. Yes, we are going to visit Our Lady of Immaculate Conception Church, which is considered to be the landmark of Goa. You might have seen this church many times in TV, I'm for sure, because whenever a movie is being shot in Goa or a documentary, this church, the Our Lady of Immaculate Conception Church, has been a highlight. So the first place that we are going to visit in day 2 is this church, then the Panaji market, then we will be exploring the Goa Casinovas, and then we will be moving towards Kalangote Beach and Baga Beach. So our day's journey began with a breakfast from resort, which was awesome. Stomach is full, so yeah, we are going towards Panaji. I have to mention that the roads in South Goa are really neat and clean and well maintained. This after a journey of 45 minutes we have reached Panaji, and as you can see over there on the roadsides there's not much dust and well maintained roads. I have to appreciate the government authorities for maintaining Goa with such beautiful roads. Yes, well maintained. And I can tell you some history of Panaji, which is, as I told you before, is the capital of Goa, and it has been annexed from Portuguese government by 1961. Since then, Panaji stays to be the capital of Goa, and it lies on the banks of the Mandovi River, which you will be able to see later on this video. So you can see on the either sides of the road, you can see still the old buildings, which is being well maintained, which has got Portuguese architecture in it. And I have to tell you, throughout Panjim, you will be able to. Panjim is the name of Panaji. The terraced hills, concrete buildings, and balconies with red tiled roofs, churches, and lots of casinos. That's the highlight of Panaji. And the literacy rate of Goa, as well as the Panaji area, is like it's above 90%, which is again appreciable for the government doing a good job when it comes to the education system and well maintained parks. And you can see over there on the other side of the road, it's the Mandovi River, and wherein you can see huge ferries are being kept. It's like on-boarded casinos. Again, a huge building over there of Portuguese architecture of excellence. And on the left side is the Holy Immaculate Church. Now you can see that what I told you. This is the church which I explained. I've seen it in many movies, documentaries when it comes to Goa, and it is one of the major attractions of Goa, and many tourists, I mean almost every tourist makes a visit to this place. Being a major tourist attraction, I made sure that the first place that we need to visit in day 2 was this church. And you have seen it in several movies and ads, and of course in documentaries of Goa. This church plays a major landmark. And you can, when we visited, there was lots and lots of tourists who was actually taking a lot of snaps, videos of this church. And this church was actually built in 1500s as a chapel on top of a hill. So later on the stairways, which is another attraction of this place, that is, you might have seen it already, that is symmetrical zigzag form, so which was later on added during the 18th century. So and it is considered to have the second largest bell in Goa. The chapel was first built in Panaji to serve the religious needs of Portugal sailors, as it was considered to be the first port of colonial Portuguese. Also, it was a landmark for the ships that were sailing from Lisbon and towards Lisbon. It was indeed a great experience in front of the church, as well as you can see my wife as well as my friends was enjoying their part standing in front of the church. I was just thinking about the historical events that might have happened in front of this church as well as part of this church. So as it was time for us, we had to move on towards Panaji Market, Caligote Beach, and Baga Beach. Hardly a kilometer from Holy Immaculate Church is a Panjim market, which is a must visit place for tourists who would like to take back a bit of Goan flavor. You can do shopping on cashew nuts, wines, local handicrafts, and authentic Goan spices. It's a great experience to be in this big shopping mall where the ground floor is covered with vegetables. On top floors. It's, as I mentioned, different kind of shops where you can get branded stuff for lesser price.
Center, Panaji, Goa. Okay, we are back. Exactly. Go, just go. Okay, let's go. This is Ferry Lane. Okay. Bacardi House Party. Yoy! Oh, we have all the casinos. Good. That's good. Customs Museum. Oh, that's Big Daddy's office. Office or maybe entrance, right? From here we go to the boat. Big Daddy Casino. Oh, that's it. Wow. Look at that bridge. Oh, yeah. Pero, yeah. Casino ride. Post office, Panaji Post Office. I like this bridge. Is there a way that we can
Meanwhile, I was just thinking that while traveling, I was just going through the historical part of Goa, wherein Portuguese landed in Goa, finding the first field from Europe to India, and coming to Goa during 1600s, and later on they came for business, and later on they conquered Goa and was ruling Goa for almost like 450 years, and it took 450 years for India to later on annex the state back onto India as a country. So still we have got a huge influence of Portuguese culture within Goa. I'm able to see that everywhere, each and nooks and corners of Goa, and we have this place is filled with international and domestic tourists every year, and the major income for Goa is through tourism. I have to say that, and everything that is being set over here is for the tourists. Goa is not just it's about the casinos. It has got white sand beaches, which is very much popular. Nightlife that you have seen in the casinos, which gets active during the evenings and night. And we have places for worship that is considered as World Heritage listed architectures. Goa has a rich flora and fauna, owing its own location on Western Ghats range and a biodiversity hotspot. So Goa is actually a must-visit place for everyone all around the world, and of course India too. Yes. Now we are heading towards Kalangutte, which is 15 kilometers away from Panaji. And Kalangutte is famous for its shopping areas, for exquisite handicrafts from Tibet, Kashmir, Rajasthan, Indonesia, and other parts of the world. Other than that, the most famous part of Kalangutte is its own beach, exquisite beach, which is encircled by palm and coconut trees. And it stretches for kilometers, wherein it's divided between Baga and Kalangutte. So it's a different experience, and the most visited beaches in North Goa is Kalangutte and Baga Beach. So yes, we are heading towards that place, and it's a major tourist attraction. So I can tell you that it is considered to be the queen of beaches when it comes to Kalangutte. So I'm so much excited to be there, and this is the second time I'm visiting. So last time we came during our college days, and that was a different experience. And it's almost like after 5 or 6 years I'm visiting this Kalangutte beach, and it has not changed much. I can see it's all the same, which has been like 5 years ago. So super excited to visit this beach, and would like to do some water activities. Let's see. It's too hot and humid, so not sure. So we have reached Kalangutte beach, and it's a walkway right now. We are walking through, so we parked our scooters on either sides, and there is parking fees of 20 per hour, I believe. So and that is fine. So there is a lot of scooters wherein tourists comes and parks. So there are certain parking areas for the same. So I was super hungry, need to have lunch, before which need to visit shack on that side. You can see that over there. So we have decided to experience the shack over there on the either sides of the beach. So it was too hot, so we needed some shade. So we straight away went towards the shack areas where there was a lot of tourists who already was relaxing out of the sun. So we need to have something as well as drink something, but looking into the menu card, it's a bit costly over here. But again, it's worth spending money, so we decided to have something like fresh fish as well as some French fries and a glass of beer for my friend. So it was a good experience, but again, we totally said no to the water sports because of the hot climate. And we were so tired after the bike rides. So yeah, enjoyed the shack over there. Yeah. So after a brief walk between Kalangutte and Baga Beach, we decided to leave for Chapora Fort. You guys, we have reached Chapora Fort, and Chapora Fort got its name through its owner who built it, that is King Chapora. So it is located closer to the Chapora River, and the fort got its significance and became famous through a movie, a blockbuster movie of Amir Khan, that is Dil Chahta Hai. So that actually got this fort a really important place in Goan tourism. So the young generation as well as all kind of generations started visiting this place after this movie. So Dil Chahta Hai deserves the complete credit for Chapora Fort, and the best time to visit is during the evenings. This fort has been handled by several rulers as well as Portuguese, handled several times each other, and what is left over is just ruins of this fort. If I say it is a fort, it's tough to believe because there is nothing left over for this fort except there is a boundary walls, and the boundary walls is what is left over, which has been shot on Dil Chahta Hai movie. But you can get a spectacular view of the beach, Warthor Beach as well as Chapora River, standing on top of these walls, and that has been shot in the movie Dil Chahta Hai. And I can tell you that the sky panes and the evening is the best time to visit, as I mentioned before, and I have captured that in my video too. So keep watching, guys. You will be able to see this. As it gets darker during the evening, as I told you, it is a spectacular view, and you can sit over there, spend almost like 2 to 3 hours watching the beach as well as the silent river and the blazing wind that hits onto you. And it's a romantic place, and it's a romantic moment that you can spend. Just keep up silently and watch the wave of the seas. And I would recommend this place again, and I will be visiting again and again Chapora Fort. Visiting this place is very easy through the road, and it's totally free to get inside this fort. As I said, the remains of the fort. So it stands on top of a hill, and what is left over is the walls, and you can get connected to another hill too. That's a trekking experience.
He removido cielo y tierra y no te encontré. Y llegas hoy tan de repente y das sentido toda mi vida con tu querer.
Nave samcha, nave jana, जो भी तुमने मुझसे कहा है सेन्योरिटा, मगर फिर भी ना जाने क्यों मुझे सुन के अच्छा लगा है señorita.
No desvíes la mirada, quédate cerca de mí.
मुझको बाहों में तुम घेरो,
क्या चाहत के दो पल भी पाए दुनिया में ये भी कम है क्या कमर को तो हवाओं खो जाए भूले हम होता रब है क्या सजीता सुनो सुनो सजीता कहते हैं हम क्या
Jamás podré respetar el sentido de las palabras que me dedican. Pero el calor de tu mirar me hace sentir como la más bella señorita.
निगाहों से कहीं अरमान की दास्तां है